Let me introduce the gentleman who is going to render the speech for us, Sri Rajan Zed. Sri Rajan Zed is an acclaimed Indo-American and Hindu statesman who has taken up Hindu, interfaith, religion, gypsies, and other causes all over the world. He is a president of Universal Society of Hinduism, director, interfaith relations of Nevada Clergy Association, senior fellow, religious advisor to Foundation for Religious Diplomacy, spiritual advisor to National Association of Interchurch and Interfaith Families, etc. He was invited by the then President of European Parliament, Hans-Gert Pöttering, in Brussels, Belgium, for a meeting to promote interfaith dialogue and discuss Hindu issues. He read the groundbreaking first Hindu opening prayer in United States Senate in Washington, D.C., and delivered Hindu prayers, mostly for the first time in various state senates, state houses, county commissions, and city councils all over the country. He has been bestowed with World Interfaith Leader Award, Nevada Religious Unity Award, Positive Pluralism and Unity Prize, and other awards for interfaith dialogue. He possesses Masters of Business Administration degree from University of Nevada and Masters of Science in Mass Communications from San Jose State University. Please put your hands together to welcome Sri Rajan Zed.
We're all thankful to Annapurna for organizing we are thankful to Annapurna for organizing this wonderful event, and we wish that they will do it more often in the future. And no, this is better, I think. Yeah. And we are thankful to a lot of volunteers who put in a lot of time to make it successful. I have been given the topic of this, who's a Hindu or why I am a Hindu. Either you are a Hindu by birth, or some of us chose to become Hindus, or any other way you are a Hindu. I think the people who are sitting here, all of us are dedicated Hindus. That is why we are here. Otherwise, we will be at the golf course playing golf, Why would we be here on Saturday morning? So we are all dedicated Hindus. So I don't need to tell you why you are Hindu or why I am Hindu. So I will just talk about day-to-day problems we face in America as Hindus, and what are the solutions, or if there are any, and how to be a good Hindu in America. First of all, let me give you a good news. Pew Forum in Washington, D.C. did a survey recently, and as a religious group, Hindu Americans, we are number one in education in the U.S. than any other group. Then Buddhists, then Christians, then different type of Christians, and then Jews. Even Jews, we beat the Jews in education. And we are number two in wealth. Jews are number one, we are number two. But that's very good. We are better than all other groups. And we have the lowest divorce rate. So we should be proud of this fact. And I think I'm sitting at home, so we are all dedicated Hindus, so I can discuss weaknesses also here. This is a home, so we are all, so we can discuss the weaknesses and strengths and how to become better Hindus. But despite all this Pew Forum survey, I don't see the pride many times in us, We lack pride. Some of us, hide, won't say I'm a Hindu, So, and especially our children. So we need to create this pride that I am a Hindu and I am proud of it. Like you see the cross people wearing, so we need to wear Om or whatever symbol you like, maybe Ganesha or something independent. We don't do that. We should display it in the front, when we go to work or anywhere, display a symbol. There's nothing to hide. We are Hindus, that's fine. And then another problem I see is, these are all simple things I'm telling you. Most of you know it, just a reminder. Another thing I feel is people don't know us. We think that everybody knows us, but man on the street does not know us, because we are surrounded by our family and friends who are all Hindus, so we think people know us. I see it many times, people just don't know us, they don't know we exist. I was given an award by the Nevada police for leadership, and I was wearing the same dress, and I did the invocation of the event. They gave awards to a lot of policemen and firemen and others. So I'm wearing this dress, so we had a very senior county elected official. He came to me in the lunch and he said, you know, I have seen your building on Audi Boulevard. I said, we don't have a building on Audi Boulevard. He said, no, I have seen it. Well, then I realized there's a mosque on Audi Boulevard, you know. So he thinks, I am this dress, you know. But he said, you know, this guy has a law degree, and he won the election 3 times, and he was a practicing lawyer for many years. He thinks we are Muslims with this dress, you know. So people are not aware about us. So as Hindus, it is our duty to create the awareness that we also exist. At workplace, with your neighbors, wherever you are. I go to this dentist, and he's a Mormon. So outside his reception area, he has like 20 Book of Mormons there. So anybody can pick up one and take it home, you know, it's free. So we should also do the same thing. At our businesses, we should maybe keep 20 Bhagavad Gitas, and it is not expensive. Gita Press has 12 rupees for a bound nice Gita in English and Sanskrit. So there's no harm, keep 20 of them and let people take free at your businesses. Even at your workplace, you know, give it to your co-workers, or in a school also. Give it to other students or whoever are interested. So people are aware about us. I think this is a big issue. I think in the beginning, we just had different types of Christians. They used to do interfaith dialogue between themselves, Catholics and different denominations of Protestants. And then Jews came in the 40s, so they included Jews also. And then a few years back, they realized that Muslims are also here, so they included the Muslims. And many people still don't include us in many of the interfaith dialogue or gatherings in many places. It may not be true in California because we are a lot here, but in other states. So make your presence felt and say that we also exist and include us in the dialogue. And when you go to do the interfaith dialogue, go as equals. You don't have to bow and become smaller. Go as equals and present your viewpoint and come back a stronger Hindu. You will realize that when you come from an interfaith dialogue, you come out as a stronger Hindu. And regarding the children, you know, when you are a new immigrant, you are doing 1.5 job and your wife is working, so we don't have time for children. So they do whatever they like. So I think it is a good investment to spend some time with children. At least it is good to sit every day and pray in the evening, but if you don't have time, at least fix one day to have a dinner together. And that dinner relate the stories from the scriptures and teach them the heritage. And it is a small thing, but it will go a long way, because after high school, they are lost, you know. They will go to college somewhere, and they will then get married and get a job somewhere. So you will only see them on Thanksgiving or Christmas. So this is a good time in high school to spend some time with them. Don't send them to high school out of town to some expensive high school. You don't need to do that. Let them stay with you and spend some time with them. It's a small thing, but goes a long way. And fasting, another point is fasting. At least fast maybe for one dinner or one day a week, and save that money which you will spend on the dinner, and give it to the charity whenever you go to India or here or whatever. Because charity is a duty in Hinduism, and we don't do that. We don't give 10% to the temple like many other denominations do. And I tell you these Mormons, because I live in a Mormon area, Nevada is very Mormon. What they do is they do pay 10% to the church, and they also fast once a week, and they save that money, and that's in addition to that 10%. They give it to the Mormon charity, which gives the food to other people, to other Mormons. So fasting is religious also, and it cleans your body, and the money saved will help in a charity. And the scriptures, we have a lot of scriptures, you know. I mean, it is good if you can read all of them, but that may not be practical for many of us. So at least read the basic scriptures. My personal suggestion is at least read Bhagavad Gita and read Ramayana and read, because Mahabharata is big, so if you can't read that, you can get abbreviated version. And read Mahabharata and read Rig Vedas. Rig Veda is the 4 books, but you don't have to read 4 books if you don't have time. You get selected verses, like Oxford University has a good selected verses of Rig Veda. So it is just a pocket book. So at least read that, because Rig Veda is important. It's the oldest scripture of any religion, which is still practiced. So and Ramayana is easy to read. So because there are 108 Upanishads, but you can get 12 major Upanishads. The book you can read. That is not very big. That is maybe 300 pages. So at least read these scriptures. That only takes 20 minutes of your time a day. You can finish it in a year, I think. And read a book on Introduction to Hinduism. You will think it is an insult telling you read Introduction to Hinduism. You will realize that we are missing so many points, you know, when you read that. Read a standard good book on Introduction to Hinduism. And when I read it, I found so many new things which we don't do. So these are essential scriptures which at least read, and your children should read. Because many of our children get lost later on. You know, you see many of us get converted into different religion. Our children, you have seen that, because we don't, because they don't feel roots, you know, somewhere, because we don't train them properly. Respect other religions, that is fine. Being a Hindu does not mean that we are anti anybody else. Being a Hindu means we are just, and then other people will tell you, oh, you guys have 330 million gods. You know, it always comes up, oh, you know, 330 million God, what is this? And you tell them, you know, we just believe in one Brahma and one God. And if they insist on that, no, you have 330 million God. Then say, okay, we have them. It is our problem, you know. And you don't need to worry about it. We will be fine. Okay, so we don't have to conform ourselves to other religions. If other religions have one God, we also have to have one God, you know. Although we do have one God, but we don't feel bad, you know. They keep on saying, no, you guys have this and that, you know. So it's our issue, you know. Don't worry about it. We will be okay. So don't try to look like other religions, that we have to conform or peer pressure or something like that. And many times you see denigration around of different things. I was reading the Georgetown University in Washington DC, very famous Jesuit university. They have a course on Hinduism today. I was reading the curriculum. In Hinduism today, what they are doing is they are showing 4 videos to show Hinduism today. One video is Bandit Queen. Bandit Queen is a video in a Hinduism today class. I mean, we have our strengths and weaknesses, but if we show our only weaknesses in the class, what the non-Hindus will get out of it? You know, they don't know Hinduism, and then they see Bandit Queen. Oh, they will see, you know, we are such kind of people. And other movies, Fire, and then Devi, Satyajit's movies, Devi. And Devi is 50 years old, you know, it is not even Hinduism today. So that is what they put in the Georgetown University syllabus. I'm working on that. I'm talking to them so that they can, if somebody, because mostly non-Hindus will take this class and they will get a bad impression that we treat our people like that, Like you are teaching America today in some university in India and you show Godfather, I mean, Godfather is America, but it is not all America, So, I mean, Bandit Queen is part of us, but it is a little part. I mean, it is not over broad Hinduism. So that is, so if you see things like that, protest against it, write to them. Most of the time, just a simple email will take care of it. Many of them are very good in that. If anybody send an email, this is not right, they will usually take care of it. In Portland, we had this problem. A beer, they put a Kalima beer, I protested and they were so good. Within a few days, they took it off and apologized and everything else. It was so nice. Because they don't know. Their intention was not to denigrate us, but just it happened. So just look around and if you see anything, protest it. And don't worry, all the religions have strengths and weaknesses, and same have we, So we are not less than anybody else. And but other people will tell you are worshipping false gods because the book says there are no gods before me. Bible says that there are no gods before me. So other gods are all false. So you will see it all everywhere. Your gods are. These guys are worshipping false gods. So don't worry about it because we are the oldest religion and we should be proud of it. And keep on moving forward. You will be criticized, whatever you do, you will get criticism. I get it all the time. Whenever I do anything, they will say, this guy is too much right-wing, and he's not our leader. I am a Hindu, he's not our leader, And then some other blogger will say, oh, he's too soft on issues, So he's not our leader, he's too soft, he's just, so don't worry about these things. Keep on moving forward and whatever you think is right, do it. And like your neighbor, try to teach your neighbor about Hinduism, not force them. I mean, just tell them, this is Hinduism. Take them to it, invite them to a temple, so they know where we come from. And at your workplace also, same thing. At your workplace, your co-workers, invite them to a temple. I brought from Reno, I brought to Livermore a group of clergy, all the clergymen of different faiths. I said, let me show you the temple. So we came to Livermore and show the temple. So that will increase the awareness about Hinduism to other people. But some will be prejudiced. I have a neighbor, I have invited her so many times. But she'll say, I'm busy, I'm doing this and that, She won't come, but I keep on trying, So, and interfaith, let me lay more stress on that. Interfaith is also a good way to teach others about our religion, and you don't have to compromise anything when you go for interfaith. Just I have gone to the synagogue and a mosque and different churches that come out as a strong Hindu, no problem. Just go. You don't have to bend, to do all these things. Just maintain your faith and just on the common issues, talk to them on the common issues, which does not affect our religion. So I think all of you know more than me in the theology, so I'm not talking about theology. So thank you very much.